Lee, they say a week's a long time in politics, a long time in football. A lot's changed over the past week. How are the players handling what happened with the guys who were suspended and the injuries that we're now seeing?
Yeah, look, obviously it's disappointing to have players suspended and injured, and we'd love to have them out there, but it's the harsh reality of footy. Things happen and blokes do get injuries, so you've got to move forward, and we're going to do that.
Can you put your finger on something at the Hawthorn game that was it a mental thing in your mind? What actually happened out there? Because it wasn't the Fremantle that we were used to. And Hawthorn obviously played well, but in your mind, what went wrong?
Look, Hawthorn played really well. They were really strong around the contest. We just couldn't get our hands on the footy. They had a lot of kicks and we didn't have a lot of it. And as simple as that, we couldn't get it back off them. So we had to work a lot harder and improve going this way, because Hawthorn are red hot. They're the benchmark of the competition, and so are Essendon. So they're both flying. So we got a strong test ahead of us.
You still have no Nathan Fyfe and no Michael Barlow this week. That appeared to be a significant factor in that inside contest against the Hawks. How do you address that with those two still absent?
Oh, look, we don't think we're about any one player or any couple of players. We're an effort-based side, and that's what we look to do. So it's, like I said, we'd love to have them out there. They're both great players and they would help us. But in saying that, we put 22 players out there that we know and expect to get the job done every week.
What's been said in the review about the effort on the weekend? You're just saying that, effort-based side, the pressure that you're able to put on.
Yeah, we're going to have our review this afternoon, and we're going to go through that in a bit more in depth.
In your opinion?
Effort wasn't good enough. We need to give better effort, and it wasn't up to standard. And it shows that if you're a little bit off in the competition, you get beaten pretty badly.
How tough was it with the ball coming in as quickly as it was against the Hawks with their foot skills?
Yeah, look, they're a very skillful side and they use it really well, and when the pressure's off a little bit, they've got time and space to make good decisions, and they hurt you.
Is it tougher coming up after a 6-day break? Do you feel a difference as opposed to a 7-day break?
Yeah, look, we're a no-excuse football side, but six-day breaks are hard, but we're not about making excuses.
Obviously, another couple of injuries today. Not great news for Garrick Ibbotson, a couple of weeks out, and looks like Michael Walters will miss again this week as well.
Yeah, look, it's going to be a sort of week-by-week thing, I guess. We're going to let the swelling go down and reassess, have some more scans and see where Sun's at, but hopefully he'll be fine.
Confident you've got the depth to cover for these guys?
Yeah, like I said, we're confident we can have 22 players out there that can execute the role and the game plan and get the job done.
How hard was it?
Walters in particular, Hayden Crozier's almost like for like, who's probably been looking for an opportunity for virtually 12 months now.
Yeah, Hayden Crozier's an exciting young player, and he works really hard on the track, and we're really excited about his growth and development, and he can keep growing, and if there's an opportunity for him to come in and grow, that'd be really good.
How hard was it to mix and match with your back six structure last week, given you lost Dawson in the lead up and then you lost Garrick in the first term?
Yep.
How difficult was it to manage that in the run and try and get the matchups right?
Yeah, they're not an overly tall forward. They don't play an overly tall forward line, so I don't think the height thing was really an issue, but they do run really hard and that sort of stuff, and losing your rotation doesn't help, but it's one of those things where every team deals with it now. They're going to have injuries, you're going to have decisions where you probably sub at the wrong time, so it wasn't really an non-existent issue for us.
Do you have to make, you and Luke as leaders down there make decisions, or do you all work together to work out the structure before sort of the runner comes out?
Yeah, look, we always try to stay organised amongst ourselves and get the right matchups, and we're constantly trying to communicate out there and figure out a way to try and stop the flood, I guess, that happened on the weekend, but to organise us and give us the best opportunity to defend as a back six intact.
Lee, how's Garrick? I mean, missed the finals, injured, what happened, that great momentum the team had last year, and now this. How's he coping with it all?
Yeah, look, Garrick's been great. Like last year, like you said, he was unfortunate to miss out in a grand final through injury, and he's actually got a really stoic nature. You wouldn't even be able to tell. He's so composed, and he wouldn't let it shine through it so that he's affected. So Garrick's really composed and good.
Personally, do you feel more responsibility on your shoulders now you're a part of the leadership group? Has your mentality changed going into games and playing in games?
I want to keep executing my role every week and perform and help the team out, but also want to be able to lead and by example on the field and also help organise and help younger players and that sort of stuff. So I do feel that there's a responsibility from your peers that you've been elected as a leader, and I'm trying to do the best of my ability to uphold that responsibility.
What sort of different challenge does the Essendon forward line represent as opposed to Hawthorn, do you think?
I actually haven't a really good look at the Essendon forward line, to be honest, at this stage. So during the week, I'm going to have a really close look and be able to answer that later in the week for you.
Is it fair to say they can be tall? Because they do have a lot of tall talent, depending on what happens, I guess, with Ryder and where they use Carlisle? Yeah,
they do have some really talented tall forwards, and that's something that we'll look at as well.
Lee, you played against Hawthorn in the grand final. You played against them before, after the game on Friday night. Have they taken their game to another level?
On Friday night, they were a really strong side. Like I said, they can contest the ball around the contest, and the way they controlled and used their skills was top notch. And they're the benchmark of the competition. There's no doubt. So
different side to last year. Did you feel there was a difference about the way they played?
I think the way we played was probably a little bit less effort, so it's hard to compare. I think if we brought some more effort, it might have been a closer game or a different story. So, like for us, the effort wasn't good enough, and that's what we take away.
Do you just try and put that game out of your mind? Because it's very un-Fremantle-like, given what we've come to expect from the guys over the last little while. Just sort of forget about it and get back to what you're good at?
No, look, we're going to review it and go through it and learn from it and grow and move forward. And you can't just sweep it under the carpet. We need to have a hard look at why that happened, and we need to make sure it doesn't happen again.